proximity to the patrol beacons. Stay alert, guys.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Left, and I'm back here in Destiny. Now, I wanted to make this video, and you probably guessed from the title, on what the possible new Nightstalker meta is going to be in Rise of Iron. Now, when Rise of Iron launches, we get these new artifacts that actually do things. And one of them is going to be the Memory of Fellwinter. And what the Memory of Fellwinter does is it completely negates your super, gives you a slight stat boost, and gives you an extra grenade and melee charge. Now, for a Hunter and a Nightstalker, this means that it also stacks with extra perks. So what this means for Nightstalkers is 3 smokes and 2 grenades, which means the ability to wombo even more. Just even more. Now, I'm not saying that a lot of people are going to be blowing their loads constantly with this, with running 2 smokes, or throwing all 3 smokes, and then throwing both grenades at the same time. That could happen, but I know personally I would only do that if I were in like a 1v multiple situation and they were team shotting me. I would just jump up and just throw everything to try and get some kills. Now I do also believe this is going to be paired with Thorn. And the reason that is it still does some decent damage. I feel like its dot should be buffed, because now I believe if you are a year 1 player, its dot is at the strength it was when it first came out, and Thorn was fucking useless when it first came out. Nobody used it in the Crucible until it got buffed a little bit too much. I will say that. If you weren't around, Thorn did considerable headshot damage, and then had a 7 damage per tick damage over time. And what this meant was you could double tap someone in the head and then just walk away, and they would die. There was nothing they could do about it. But with all of these combined, I think that it's going to be a really, really strong build, especially if Thorn gets buffed just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, I want his dot to do 3 damage, not 2. Just 3. Just 1 more damage, and I'm great. But let's get into the perks that I think are going to be run. So, it's definitely going to be on the Nightstalker. The grenade's probably either going to be the Void Wall or the Vortex, whatever you feel more comfortable womboing with. Probably better control jump. Super's really not going to matter. Smoke is going to be Envenomed or Snare. I think it's pretty much going to be Envenomed because that's part of the wombo. Your armor and recovery will be completely up to you as a Nightstalker. So they could have lower armor, they could have higher recovery, they could have lower agility, whatever. In this, the Courage Light Lockdown column, it's going to be lockdown. It makes the grenades and the smoke last twice as long. And then here, it's always just going to be Shade Step, just to give you that extra mobility. I would love to use Keen Scout, but I think using the Sealed Grass in the armor is going to be a whole lot better for you, giving you 3 smokes. Now, as far as other weapons, it's probably going to be a high aim assist sniper and some form of proxy rocket launcher. I don't write the rules, that's just kind of what has been used in the Crucible forever. But that's my thoughts on it. This is definitely just for Crucible and PvP. Like, those are my thoughts on what the meta is going to be for Nightstalkers. It is still going to be super counterable, especially with Thorn. And the reason I actually want to see it buffed is because of the artifact that gets rid of damage over time effects. So you can completely negate Thorn's tick damage, or fire bolts, or burn from the Titans, the incendiary grenades. Like, you can completely negate those. So I want its burn. I want Thorn's poison to be a little bit better. Just a little bit, not up to the point where it was in House of Wolves, where you could 2-tap and then just walk away. I just want it to see a little bit better. And as far as countering the wombo, it's probably just going to be the exact same thing as you do now. You just kind of back up, try and figure out where they're going to be throwing it from, and then just back away. So you can see there, granted I'm doing this in PvE, mostly because I wanted to be able to show you guys the effectiveness of not using your super on a Nightstalker in like normalized damage without getting Shrek'd constantly. Because if I was doing this in the Crucible, I would absolutely be getting dicked on. Mostly because I'm using Thorn, and I would be hunted like the dirty scum that they should hunt me for. Even though Thorn's not as potent as it used to be, but I mean, it's still a good weapon. And nobody likes the Wombo. So, these are my thoughts. It's definitely going to be able to be countered by a lot of things. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about it. I think this is definitely what I'm going to run, at least until it gets nerfed into the ground. One, I miss Thorn. It was one of my favorite hand cannons from year 1. Before I had a Yallarhorn, I'm pretty sure this was the exotic that I mained the most in PvE. So, I barely used it for PvP. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think is going to be the Nightstalker meta? Do you think it's going to be this one? Do you think it's going to be the one that makes you supercharge faster? I think there's definitely going to be two different Nightstalker metas. This will be the more damage focused one, and then the one that uses the artifact that charges your super faster. If they go into PvP, it'll definitely be paired with this very well with the 7.45 or 7.5 damage percent increase. I don't know. It would take a lot of coordination, but I think it would work really, really well together if you had two people running different loadouts. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys back here inside of Destiny.